drivers. I want to speak to the pole man just because he was doing this thing with Daniel on his phone yesterday, like sending this up. Well, welcome back to the grid here at Wilton Mill before the start of our first DRS125 heat. Now, the poleman for this race is going to be Mark Lawrence, one of the most experienced drivers in the championship. Mark, obviously excited to be starting from pole position.
Absolutely. Let's hope it counts, the experience.
Now, yesterday, obviously, you know, Daniel was here and the kids were excited, but one question, what was Daniel doing on your phone?
He was sending a message to my personal trainer, who happens to be in love with Daniel.
Oh.
So I've now got legend status back home in Scotland, and 3 sessions forever.
Yeah, because it's not often you get an F1 driver just sending you a quick FaceTime message saying what a great guy the driver is and what have you. And that's good fun. He was a really open, friendly guy, wasn't he? He had loads of time for everybody, drivers, young and I won't say old, not so young.
Exactly, he was. I mean, I was really impressed, and I had a word with him. I said, it's not all about the kids. You know, we need to get seniors in here on the grids to take the whole thing forward as well. So he was saying, I'm hearing you. So hopefully some of his Instagram posts will include us seniors now.
Excellent. And talk about this race coming up. I mean, again, it's a very, very demanding track, this is. And again, this is you say you got your personal trainer. The senior drivers, you have to do a lot of work to stay fit enough to drive one of these karts because they're obviously very fast, very powerful, a lot of the bumps. Just tell us a little bit about how you're preparing, how the senior drivers are preparing for this race and the series as a whole.
Well, I don't know about the rest of them, but I train 3 times a week with a personal trainer just to keep myself in shape, and obviously I'm a lot older than some of them. These young guys don't really need to do that, but I certainly do, and I think it helps towards the end of the race, you know.
Excellent. Well, good luck, best of luck, Mark Lawrence, starting from pole for this one. So again, that just gives you an idea of what the work these drivers have to do. They really are, you know, elite athletes. Now, drivers come from far and wide to race in this championship. One of the drivers that travels all the way over from Ireland is Corey Elaine. Corey, step forward in kart number 308. Now, Corey, again, this is, you know, not one of the most experienced drivers in the field. This is a real learning curve for you. What's it like travelling back and forth to race here?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I learn a lot coming from Ireland, you know, meeting new people all the time and having good conversations with people. Yeah, it's good.
Now, obviously, it's a level playing field. You're starting at the front. You're on the second row of the grid here. What are your tactics for this race?
Defend. That's all I can do. Because I don't really have the pace to stay up in the front. But, yeah, if I can keep them behind, I'll be good.
And what was it like yesterday having Daniel here? It's the same question I'm asking everybody because everyone was so buzzing about it yesterday.
Yeah, it was amazing. He's a real nice person. He's real down to earth. Yeah, it was good.
Now, you were saying to me yesterday that when you head back, you go to school and college on a Monday morning, nobody else understands or believes what you do, that it's on live stream. They're going to believe you on Monday, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. It'll be fun to show them and wipe the smiles off their face.
Excellent. Well done. Good luck, Corey. Starting from 4th on the grid. Have a little look down. The camera's going to look down there. Right at the back, you've got another one of our senior drivers, Paul Ozan, standing there waiting to go out. So Paul and Mark Lawrence, they're known as the Grand Masters in this class. They're the senior drivers. And one of the things that the championship is trying to do is to get the amount of Grand Masters of senior drivers up. There is the number 1 kart of Sam Faulkner. He is leading the championship at the moment, but the conditions yesterday, he caught even Sam out. He was out on slicks when it rained, and he said that he spun the kart for about the first time in 10 years. And just behind Sam, yeah, that's right, number 1, Sam, not number 2. And just behind Sam is Zach Parkinson, who did that great coverage of our onboard lap here at Wilton Mill. I know that, well, I think Andy Cox is thinking, how can we get him to commentate while he's racing and get rid of this commentator because he's not very good? No, that's good stuff. So this race, again, all 22 drivers in the DRS125 class are in this race. They got 3 heats. They're all in all 3. And the fastest drivers here at the Daniel Ricciardo Series are coming up very shortly. So there is the view. So there is the view down on the dummy grid. 22 drivers in DRS125. The championship standings after 3 rounds. Sam Faulkner leads with 650 points. Matthew Pearce in kart 4 has 626 points. Paul Ozan, said our Grandmasters Championship leader, he's 3rd overall in the championship at with 594 points. Richard Evans, he's missed a round. One last time out at Chennington. He's on 590. He's in kart number 2. He's 4th in the championship. Ty Stansfield in kart 6 is next with Zach Parkinson, James Lay, Morgan Cole, Danny Walden and Will Checkley rounding up the top 10 in the championship. So again, the difference with all the drivers on the circuit at once in DRS125 is that there are only 3 DRS125 heats as opposed to 4 in the other classes. And Mark Lawrence we spoke to earlier. See, that is, I say, we will ask the drivers other questions, not just about Danny Rick yesterday, but of course that's what everyone was talking about. That and the mums and dads race, but you know what the live stream audience want to hear about? They want to hear about the Formula 1 drivers, not about Bod Cole driving around with the bear crash helmet in a pro kart. And of course, well, Morgan Cole's nan watching, big fan of the live streaming. So Grandma Cole, hello to you wherever you are, glued to your TV screen as we're off on the rolling lap for heat number 1. DRS125, Mark Lawrence and Ben Hitch on the front row of the grid. Carl Watt and Corey Elaine start from row 2. Elaine coming all the way from Ireland to race here. Thomas Massarella and Will Checkley start on row 3. David Darling and Elliot Stanley share row number 4. Row 5, Sam Faulkner, current championship leader in kart number 1, and Danny Walden. Then it's Zach Parkinson from Melbourne, Derbyshire, not Melbourne, Australia, and Harry Barlow. They share row 6. Richard Evans and Matthew Pearce share row 7. Somebody picks already with a problem. James Lay and George Friday start from row number 6. Dave Burns and Patrick Lay on row 9. Oliver Muige and Morgan Cole on row 10. Paul Ozan and Ty Stansfield, row 11. 22 drivers, although we saw one peeling off into the pit lane. Hopefully that's a temporary problem and they'll be able to rejoin the back of the grid. So we've got 21 drivers on circuit. Oh, it's Thomas Massarella. Thomas Massarella, driver number 8. And that kart looks like it is not going anywhere, judging by the body language of both Thomas and his driver. There it goes straight back on the trolley. An issue there. We're down to 21 drivers. Devastating for Thomas Massarella. So that opens the door for David Darling, who's due to start directly behind Massarella in 7th. He'll now move up to be the 3rd kart in line on the right-hand side of the screen. You see the gap where Massarella used to be? Sam Faulkner will be eyeing that up, no doubt. So Mark Lawrence, Ben Hitch, come to the line. Lights are out. We're off and racing through oblivion. Out of crook. It's a good start from Mark Lawrence. That is a very good start. He keeps Ben Hitch behind him. See Corey Elaine in the number 308 kart with the white crash helmet there in 4th position. He said his tactic's going to have to be defend, because he hasn't got the pace to stay at the front otherwise. Let's see how that tactic works out for him. It's Lawrence, then Hitch in the number 9 kart. With Carl Watt in kart number 298. And that's Elaine there fending off the encroaching Will Checkley in kart 240. And Checkley was having a little nibble around Elaine for 5th position. Side by side further back as Sam Faulkner picks up a place. And that's Faulkner going past the number 7 kart of Dan Walden. Field complete lap number 1. And it is Lawrence leading Hitch by a couple of kart lengths. That's it. Then a gap back to Watt. Elaine still in 4th. Checkley is 5th. Behind Checkley is Elliot Stanley, Zach Parkinson, then Sam Faulkner in the number 1 kart. Down towards Ashby. Oh, that's up the inside there going Harry Barlow in kart number 5, I think that was. And now Parkinson works around Faulkner. Walden there, the 301, the 1 and the 7. Harry Barlow is next. Good to see Harry back in the championship. And there's Faulkner there making a decisive move up the inside of Zach Parkinson for what is 7th position. Still, Lawrence leads from Hitch and there. Anyway, oh, and a spin coming out of the final corner. 2 karts getting tangled up there. And that's David Darling and Dave Burns. David Darling just lost it coming out of the final corner and spun halfway, and Burns in the number 197 car had nowhere to go. They've unhooked each other and they managed to continue, hopefully without any damage. Down the hill still. Change of lead. Ben Hitch now leads in kart number 9. Lawrence is second, checking over his shoulder in kart 230. Lawrence has got a little bit of a gap. The battle for 3rd is on between Watt, Checkley and Elaine. Elaine still 5th. Contact warning going up for Zach Parkinson. And you can see Zach there trying to make a move on Elliot Stanley, on Matt Pierce, sorry. In kart number 4. Now here comes Checkley in kart 240. Elaine's going to try and go with him as they both pass Carl Watt. Watt and Elaine side by side through Christmas corner. Elaine's now on the outside line for the first part of increments. He slips back into 6th position and he's got Barlow behind him. So they're now all queuing up behind the number 308 of Corey Lane. Barlow with the 4 kart goes through. Now it's Sam Faulkner looking next. Signal being given there from Dan Walden to Elliot Stanley, saying, come on, let's go, let's work together. I'll open the door, you follow me through. Elaine now under pressure from Faulkner. Faulkner finding it difficult to get through traffic here. Just goes to show how much better than other drivers the class are getting. Faulkner passes Elaine, Elaine runs wide, and now losing another place to Stanley. Patrick Parkinson also, and Harry Barlow's dropped back a little bit there. And still, oh, there's a spin there, and somebody has got a damage that, so that's number 297. And that is Oliver Mouge with a bent rear axle, so Mouge has had a problem, and that is another driver out of the race. But on your screen, number 7, Daniel Walden, fending off Carl Watt now for what is 6th position. Hitch leads by a second from Lawrence, Checkley 3rd, Pierce 4th. Then it's Faulkner up into 5th position. 6th is Walden, 7th is Watt. Then Stanley, Patrick Lay is next in kart number 175. And here is Elliot Stanley at 279, and Patrick Lay at 175, trying to make it 3 wide, going to Christmas corner. Watt holds off Lay, but now Lay comes under pressure from Zach Parkinson in 301. George Friday, Harry Barlow, Corey Elaine, James Lay, Richard Evans, Ty Stansfield the next. Richard Evans stuck down in 15th place in kart number 2. And there's a dive at the inside by number 175, Patrick Lay. Zach Parkinson gets a little bit sideways. Oh, Lay using all the track and a little bit more coming out of Pitts Bend. But Patrick Lay does make the move. Here's the battle for 2nd place now. Will Checkley to the inside of Mark Lawrence for P2 at Christmas corner. Matthew Pearce and Sam Faulkner are right there as well. This is 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th on your screens. On the run down towards Ashby. Ben Hitch leads by 1.37 seconds. Great battle going on behind them for 8th, 9th and 10th places. But Faulkner there, the red and white Birrell ART race suit passes. That is Mark Lawrence back to 6th position. So Lawrence in kart 230. It's passed by Sam Faulkner. There's your leader flashing across the screen. Will Checkley's lead is Ben Hitch's lead over Will Checkley is 1.5 seconds. Pierce in the number 4 kart is 3rd. Faulkner is right behind him in 4th. Then a gap back to Lawrence in 5th. Walden in 6th. A bigger gap back to Stanley, Lay, and Patrick Lay, Parkinson, Watt, Harry Barlow, and James Lay. That's the top 12. Pierce chasing Checkley and being chased by Faulkner. There's 2 red and white race suits sandwiching The black race suit, white crash over Pierce, not anymore. Oh, Pierce at the inside going into the boot. Contact there, and Sam Faulkner passes the pair of them. Will Checkney half spins the kart, loses lots of places. Oh, and there's a problem there. Carl Watt has gone off, and he's gone off with one of the lane. That's 306. That's James Lay, and James Lay very sportingly saying, "Oh, go on, you get going again. I think my kart's finished." What happened there, I don't know. Sam Faulkner into second place. This is lap number 9. We've got a minute plus change and a lap to go. Can Sam Faulkner, and that's the outside of Ashby, so I think James Lay and Carl Watt have obviously are coming together going into Ashby's. They're both parked in the barriers. They're both out of the kart. Now, can Sam Faulkner with a minute to go? I don't think Sam's going to catch Ben Hitch for the race lead. Pierce is third. Lawrence is fourth. Elliot Stanley now fifth. Dan Walden is sixth. Patrick Lay seventh. Oh, and that's Zach Parkinson pulling off. Zach Parkinson pulls off in kart 301. Just off your screen there. And Parkinson out of the race. That's a mechanical issue for Parkinson. Out of the top 10. And he walks away disappointed. Hopefully that kart can be fixed for the next round. Yellow flags you can see on your screen there for the two karts at the exit of Ashby, so no overtaking on that run downhill. Will Checkney in kart number 240 trying to fight back now. There's the lead trio on your screen. Hitch, Faulkner and Pierce. Mark Lawrence in fourth place, and he's holding off Stanley, Walden and the remaining lane there. Oh, number 302 is out as well. That's Morgan Cole. But here are the leaders. Out of Ashby, still Ben Hitch. Sam Faulkner is closing in. I think he's going to run out of time as long as Ben Hitch keeps his cool, doesn't make a mistake. This has been a dramatic opening 125 heat. Through Pitts Bend. On to another lap. This is the final lap now. Through Crook. Up the hill. Hitch still has the advantage. He checks over his shoulder. Faulkner's closing in. Now Hitch is going to start driving defensively. So Sam Faulkner has caught the race leader. Can he hustle Ben Hitch into a mistake? Of course, no overtaking here because of the yellow flags. But Sam Faulkner's there, and now Hitch defends. Faulkner's going to try the cut back on the run down the hill towards Chapman. Oh, and Hitch goes around. Hitch goes around. Hitch was trying to block, and I think Faulkner just about caught the corner of his kart. Faulkner has the lead. Out of the boot. Sam Faulkner takes the checkered flag. Second is Matt Pierce. Third will be Mark Lawrence. Holding off Danny Walden in fourth. Patrick Lay fifth. Ben Hitch comes home in sixth position. Seventh for Elliot Stanley. George Friday takes eighth. I have to say, that 125 race was things did get a little bit tetchy, I have to say, in that race. There's a couple of karts off on the side of the circuit.
And now Hitch defends.
Here's a replay
Faulkner's going
of
to try the cutback on the run down.
The hill towards Chapman. Oh, and he... the live stream, we'll look at the slowing down lap. As drivers go out to get their... Well, mechanics go out to retrieve his Zach Parkinson's mechanic. Dan just going out to pick up the number 301 kart. A couple of technical failures there, but a couple of incident-related failures, and I'm sure that they'll be told just to calm themselves. And of course, that is the byproduct of competitive racing. The standard of racing here is getting better and better and better. Closer and closer and closer, and as a result is becoming more and more bits of very, very close racing. But it's Faulkner, Pierce, Lawrence, Walden and Patrick Lay, your top five as they go through scrutineering. And very shortly we'll go back out in a few moments' time onto the grid. But for now, there is a view of the grid assembling for the second DRS62 Heat.